everybody, and welcome to a special episode of All About African Violets. All About African Violets is musically sponsored by Ted Yoder. You can hear and purchase his wonderful music on his website at tedyoder.com. It is also available from iTunes. Hi everybody, welcome to my sunroom. Come on in. It's a sunny day here in Chicagoland. Well, kind of sunny, then kind of rainy, then kind of sunny. It's kind of both ways today. I'm happy to see you. I have some very fun footage to share with you today. All is well here in Chicagoland. I have been slowly downsizing my collection throughout the summer, and actually I filmed a look at what's on the stands before I did a major downsizing today. So you can see there's even a little empty space over here on at least one shelf, but you'll see all of them shortly. In the meantime, though, before we do that, I would like to take you back to National this week. And not back to convention, but I'm going to take you on a tour of the Optimara greenhouses. When I didn't get to go on the big tour that everybody went on in the early days of convention on Monday and Tuesday were the tours that they did to the greenhouses, but they did a couple of smaller tours later in the week, and Joyce and Kent and I and a few other people were able to go and kind of get a walkthrough. I asked permission before we entered any of the areas, asked permission to film for the podcast, and I was told that was just fine. And you're going to meet Pascal Holtkamp. He's going to be speaking off and on and giving you a tour. You're going to hear me, and you're going to see what I saw on the tour. And oh my goodness, it's pretty amazing. Go take a look. I'm at the Holtkamp greenhouses. Take a look. Here we are. And we're heading for a tour. Justine, our tour guide, said that this is section 3. It's where everything starts. I don't see any plants, but it sure looks pretty big. Holy smokes, you guys, look at all this. That was Kent tripping. So these are violets, little leaves that have been set down to propagate, and wow. Wow. All of these little babies have been separated. There's millions of plants in here. Here's some that are a little older. You can see they're a little bigger. She said they're all marked by week, and then there's some color over there, larger plants that are already in 4-inch pots. Kind of take a look. I mean, guys, this just goes on and on forever. See here, younger plants just potted up and doing their thing, and wow. You guys, this is Pascal Holtkamp, and he just agreed to give us a little bit of information about what we're seeing. All Pascal, right. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're in section 3 right now at Holtkamp Greenhouses, Optimara. And when you look down one of these rows, we estimate anywhere between 170,000 plants, plus or minus, because they are in these trays, anywhere between 36 and 84 count trays.
So, Pascal, each one of these is a single plant,
yes,
a little
ma'am.
plug in each one of here.
Each one of these right here.
Oh my goodness.
All the way down. And then we have ferns, and it gets bigger as the plants get older, and we have some overflow 4-inch African violets right now.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank
you so much. We might talk to you again.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Guys, Pascal is back, and we're here with some 4-inch violets. So,
right.
the mind is boggling here, Pascal.
Right.
I mean, it's like, tell me now. Okay. You just told me this, you guys. Wait to hear this.
Well, we're still in section 3 as we were before, and these are overflow 4-inch African violets. As you can see, they're already potted in the 4-inch violets with the tags and everything. and anywhere between 10 to 15,000 violets per row.
So just in this row, you guys, just
Yes, ma'am.
just this side,
42 tables.
42 tables all the way down to the end. It looks like infinity down there.
Can you zoom all the way down
I
there?
can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could try. Let me try.
Okay.
Whoop. Now you're out of the picture, Pascal. But here I'm going all the way. And nope, that's it. It won't go any further, and it's kind of out of focus, so I better take us back.
right.
There we go. Okay, you're back. Yay.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you. And guys, I just want to show you another view. I mean, it's mind-boggling. I've never seen this many African violets all in one place. So each one of these trays, see, there's like 40 odd trays all the way down to the end. It's just phenomenal and gorgeous.
As we call it.
Guys, they grow more things here than African violets. Look at all these begonias. Millions of begonias too. Millions of violets, millions of begonias. Wow. Guys, not only, as I mentioned, not only violets, but ferns and staghorn ferns. They look, Kent just said they look like they're from outer space. And they do. They're wild. And here you can see lots of violets that, you know, with their names and on their trays and just growing and doing their thing. And there's Kent. Kent, wave. You guys, these are trays full of leaves that are propagating. Holy smokes, look at all of them. Thousands, tens of thousands. Wow.
Put it all together. Spills out of the front here, runs on the
This is where they
conveyor
mix
belt
all
here,
their
and then we can
potting
just pull it
mix.
up from inside the greenhouse, and you'll see.
Guys, now we're in section 1, and Pascal tells me it's a mixture of everything, and this is the oldest part of the greenhouse. Yes?
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, well, over here, you just saw the soil mixing room, and these are some potting machines. Here's the conveyor belt, soil just moved down here. You know, it drops into this machine. You can move it over, it drops into that machine.
Wow.
It's just whichever we need at the time.
Okay.
And then there's another boiler room back there. It keeps this house warm.
And lots of pots, all ready to go. Let's take a look over the top, and you can see again many more plants than not just African violets, but tons and tons of other houseplants. Well, we're still here in, I almost said Warehouse 1 because I was watching a sci-fi show, but this is Greenhouse 1 still, and you can see that there are just all kinds of violets down this row. Wow, all different colors, just beautiful. Walk over here and take a look, and some ivies and some ferns and some minis and looks like some semis. Guys, can you believe there's just so many? Holy smokes. This is kind of like the quick walkthrough like we did in the showroom. I just wanted to get you down here so you'd see a few more. Really amazing. And these are smaller ones. They're in smaller pots, 2-inch pots, looks like 2 1/4. Wow. Guys, these are 6-inch pots, and these are the space violets, if I'm not mistaken. They are the Everflorus in this area. And as you here, and then not sure that these are, but the ones over on the other side are. This is just a great tour. We're getting to see so much. Here's some more of the Everflorus. So Pascal just told us that this is the 4-inch finished violet area and shipping center. So these plants are, I guess, getting ready to go out and be shipped. And you can see that it's just another giant place with 1 million violets. Wow.
Well, this is kind of quality control. We always strive for a really great, kind of perfect product. And when it doesn't make the cut or has some kind of disease, something wrong with it, they'll get dumped in here, go up to a compost pile, and then people will come and buy the compost soil from us, and then something else, new life can come from that soil.
Awesome. Thank you. And we're in the shipping area, and these are boxes that are packed up and got Everflorist plants in them and some others, and they're getting ready to go.
And that's all automated, computer controlled.
These are automated computer controlled as all the trays and tables come through here, you guys, and things are potted.
And then in the box.
Well, you guys, this is the R&D area, and I asked permission, and they said yes. So you're seeing the back of Joyce there, and some really amazing things here. Check it out. And plenty of things besides violets.
Now Martin Holkamp, I don't know if you guys met him. He does all our breeding, all our R&D work over in Germany. He has his own house, his own greenhouse. It's, about that big, but it's always full of color, and he loves what he does too. And he was taught by my granddad, so that stays in the family.
What city is he?
He's in Düsseldorf, some of our new varieties we set up out there. Yeah, a little bit of everything in here also. Orchids, violets, the new green My Sensation, another table of that back there.
Wow. Just thinking about all those plants again is almost overwhelming. I have never seen so many African violets, so many ferns, and so many staghorn ferns in one place ever in my whole life. Or begonias either. I mean, the greenhouses are massive, and we were only in 3 and 1, I think, were the ones we were in. And you saw the big giant dirt thing, how they do their potting mix. A lot of the process is at least semi-automated. They do have people as well that plant these little plugs into all of these trays, and I mean, it's just really an amazing place. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing it. I enjoyed sharing it with you. And it's time. That was our tip and treasure. That was the treasure this week. It's time to take a look at what's on the stands. So I've given you kind of a good overview of everything that's happening now. Everything is still in isolation. The plants in the sunroom were plants that I acquired at National. The plants in the guest room are all the plants that went to Illinois, and the plants in the basement are the rest of the collection that didn't go anywhere this summer. They stayed at home. So everybody's still isolated, and we are close to 12 weeks out from National and Illinois, because they were just a week apart. So I after I shot this footage this morning, I went through and I did a pretty big downsizing. Some of those plants will go to friends of mine, but some went to their great reward, and still others, will just, I kind of looked and went, yeah, I don't know. But I thought I would just tell you before we go take a look. I had over 90 varieties, and then I had around 70 odd varieties, and now I'm down to about 55. So after what you see on here shortly, I went through and I'm down to about 55 varieties, and that's feeling a whole lot more comfortable to me. I know we've really been seeing this a lot on Facebook in the last few weeks, of people just saying, okay, this isn't fun anymore, and I have too many plants, and I don't know what to do. And there's only one remedy for that, and it is to limit your collection and let things go. A number of the things I've found throughout the summer, I was a little disappointed with some of the plants that I brought home from National. Normally I don't bring plants home. Normally I just bring leaves. I did bring some plants this year again, hoping to maybe have some to take to Missouri Valley this fall. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attend Missouri Valley, so that's the need for all this isolation that was here in the sunroom, because these were plants that I brought back with me. So, but I had a lot of things that did not bloom true this time, and that's always a little disappointing for a show grower, that if stuff doesn't bloom true, it's like, really? Come on. So, I mean, and of course I would let those go because I can't take them to show. But somebody asked me, Jeff Hubbard, hey Jeff, asked me, he said, well, gee, you've had a lot of things that, either aren't happy in your conditions or didn't bloom true. And I said, well, as I looked through everything there at this time, when I cleaned everything up here, there were some that didn't bloom true that I let go. There were some that I just didn't like, that I let go. I mean, that happens. You grow something else out and you're like, this one just doesn't thrill me. And I also don't like, most of the time, I don't care for fantasy blossoms. They just don't do it for me. But noisy train, sorry. We haven't had a train for a while, have we? Anyway, boy, that is a loud one. It must be a really heavy freight, sorry. Some that didn't bloom true that went, some I didn't care for. And again, I'm not that fond of fantasy blossoms, so sometimes that makes my decisions a little easier. And then as I looked at things, I discovered there were a number of plants that were not happy in my growing conditions. Standard trailers that I felt just should have been substantially larger after 3-month period of time, that were looking like minis and semis. That tells me they're not happy here. They don't like growing here. So easier to let those go. Also, some where I've done this before. I don't know what it is about blue trailers, blue semi-miniature trailers, where I end up with 3 or 4 when I really only need maybe 1, maybe 2 at the outset there. So, you kind of go through and take a look, and that's kind of how I make my decisions of what stays and what goes. The other thing I'm not real keen on, I have a few of them, but I'm not real keen on the crown variegation style of foliage. It's not my thing. I love regular variegation. I love the Tommy Lou. I love mosaic. But the crown variegation just, most of the time, just doesn't do it for me. So anyway, enough of me running my mouth. Go and take a look at what's on the stands, and I'll see you on the other side. Well, here I am in the guest room. It's time to take a look at what's on the stands, and you can see here that things are really growing. Things are really growing up here. This is Heartland's lime sherbet, and it grows. It has this hanging down type of, it's just how it's always grown for me. That's Optimara, Michigan. There's my Apicia, my precious, and I gotta say it's doing really well here in the guest room. I'm ready to pot that into a bigger pot. Buckeye celebrity status, and it's a Columnia. Down here, nothing too exciting. Roulette there trying to bloom. Blossoms are very small. That plant needs to be repotted. And lots of work needed down here. This is Optimara Yellowstone. I think this is Santee Sioux. Lots of suckers again. See them in there on Fresh Air. And boy, what a beautiful species Rupicola is, isn't it? Wow. Let's go down to the basement. Well, I'm down here in the basement, and that is Miss Monet. And everything up down here is looking a little raggedy today, actually. I need to, I've got some work to do down here. It is the Labor Day weekend here in the United States, and I have my work cut out for me. This is Cajun's Frisky Whiskey, and this is Cajun's Cherished Hope. And I'm just trying to turn it so you can see this beautiful pink blossom. But take a look at those bloom stalks and how many buds are on them. I'm going to be repotting this one this weekend, and same with Frisky Whiskey. Lots of blossoms waiting to open. These plants both need to be potted up. Let's take a look in here, and I don't know if you can tell from the last time you saw this, it's been a while, but there aren't as many leaves in here. I kind of went through, and if things were going well with, if I had 2 or 3 leaves down, I let some of those go so I wouldn't have quite so much to deal with. But everything is going okay in here. Kind of cool. All those new little babies. Everybody needs a drink down here. They're kind of like, oh, you didn't water me in time. Well, that happens occasionally, and some of these are now off the reservoir. Now, I think that this is Flamboyant Mistress. Cajun's Flamboyant Mistress. Again, another beautiful bloomer. Optimara. This is Optimara Modesty. If I'm not, oops, I knocked it over. Yeah, this is Modesty. And here, we'll walk around here. This trailer is Linda Darnell. Liking it. I'm liking it. And this one is Ramblin' Lace. You can see it. Here's our challenge plant from Cara Lee, looking pretty darn good. This is Ma's Winter Moon, and I had 2 plants of this, you may recall. I gifted one to a friend of mine, and so now I've only got one, so yay. There's everybody on this side. Now I'm just going to turn around, and we're looking at the Streptocarpus shelf, which you can see is starting to look a little different here. This is Radar's Tensi. See if I can turn this so you can see it. I mean, this is really a beautiful, beautiful blossom. And here is the blossom on Party Pinafore. And let's go upstairs to the sunroom. Well, here we are in the sunroom, and as you can see, there are a few things that are starting to get ready to bloom. I'm waiting for them to bloom to see if they bloom true. There's a couple over there I'll walk around and show you. And I've shifted a few things around here as well. This is Ramblin' Right Along. It's a large trailer, and I'm checking on the description of this one because I'm getting single and semi-double and almost full double. You can see that one. Blossoms on that one, so I'm not sure what's up there. So we will see. Oh, I wonder if I can get this so you can see it. It kind of tipped, and I need to repot it because it's quite large. Guys, this is Kalahari. This was one of the new straps I got at National, and the blossoms are really big. And that is Jersey Blue Dreams. Really liking the Jersey plants. I think you've heard me say that before. And let's walk around. Sorry there. That's one of the other straps I got. It is Black Magic. This is Optimara Lucia. And Optimara, this is one of the other new ones that I got. Ingrid, Optimara Ingrid. I like them both very, very much. And they really want to bloom. And my Tenaris Royal Blue trailer fell off the stand, guys. It was really leaning heavily one way. So again, this weekend is going to be a big potting weekend for me. This is California Victory. And I gotta say, I don't feel that it's really blooming quite true. It's supposed to be white with a little bit of the lavender purple color and a green edge. I'm going to look up the description again, but I'm thinking this one is not really blooming as true as it might. And this is one that I thought was a Russian trailer, and it turns out it's not. It's a semi-miniature, and the translation of the name of the plant is Octopussy And I think, yeah, I was told because of the way you see these really long blossom stems with flowers coming out, but the blossom, I hope you can see it that's in focus. It's got this beautiful, beautiful netting around it, and the Russian name is S.K. Osminoshka. I hope I said that right. I don't speak Russian. But that's pretty much everything that's going on here. Oh, I have something to show you. Hang on a minute. Why, yes, it is. It's a new big box violet. I had to go and speak, I didn't have to, but it was my pleasure to go speak to the Windy City Gardeners in Oak Park, Illinois last weekend. And they asked for this program about, buying a violet from the big box store and what do you do with it. So I've got a new big box violet. We'll see how it goes. That's the look at what's on the stands this week. I'll be right back. Yep, there's a big box violet again. Yay! I actually really like having a big box violet here in the sunroom, and I'm hoping this one will grow and do as well as the original big box violet did. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Well, and I you saw, as I mentioned, I downsized this morning after I filmed. So the next time you see the look at what's on the stands, you'll see a much different stand. And as I pointed out earlier, there's plenty of space here right now already on at least one shelf, but that's going to give the plants there the plants that are left, the plants that made the cut, they now all have more space to grow and grow well. And it's about time, it's been about 12 weeks. I usually isolate for at least that long. Anything that has looked wonky has gone out. Everything else looks pretty good. And I will again be starting to shift some things around. The basement has been the coolest place in the house this summer. And a lot of what's down there, I think, is not really too happy. Really, the streps just like it in the basement. And the other plants really, I think, prefer to be up here. So, but, it's time to get the bail money ready. And I don't have any events to share with you other than to tell you that, Labor Day here in the U.S. signals the end of summer and the beginning of fall, which, what fall signals? Fall shows. Fall is a very popular time for shows. So definitely go and check out on the AVSA website and look and see if there is a show in your area. There may be a show close to you that you'd like to go and visit and have some fun and see some plants and maybe make some new friends. You just never know. But the other thing I want to share with you during this segment about bail money isn't really about bail money, but now is a really good time to look at your shelves. I think I'm not sure I mentioned this already, but on Facebook lately there have been people, more than one person, saying, this isn't fun anymore. I have too many plants. Well, we all know, what that means. It means it's time to limit our collections. And as I mentioned, I went from the number of plants that you saw during the look at what's on the stands, probably about 73 varieties. And I would say now, after my little whirlwind, 53 or 55, maybe, somewhere around there, feels a whole lot better, a whole lot more manageable, because it's no matter what you may have heard, it is not as easy to take care of 73 as it is to take care of 53. It's just not. That's 20 more plants. 20, that's a lot of plants. So I'm feeling like, things are a lot more manageable. And now is a good time of year for you to take a look at what's on your stands. Maybe as you're beginning to look, if you don't have any shows for the fall, maybe your show for your club is in the spring. Or maybe you're planning already for next year to come to National in Kansas City, Missouri, and you're kind of taking stock now of maybe this is a possible, this could be a hopeful, maybe I'll keep this one, I'm going to encourage this other one. So now's a really great time. I I know I've said this before, I probably say it every fall. I kind of get stuck in that school year calendar still of this feels like the new year to me, September 1st. Way more than January 1st does. Isn't that funny? I haven't gone to school in a very long time, other than bagpipe school in the summer. That doesn't count. Anyway, I hope you'll take a look at your plants because now, like I said, now's a good time to do that. Of course, it's always a good time to do that, but sometimes we like to time things by the seasons. Anyway, it's time to keep moving forward. And I really thank you for joining me today. I sure hope you enjoyed seeing the whole camp greenhouses. I really enjoyed sharing them with you. Thank you, Pascal. Thank you very much. Again, did I already say that? I think I might have said that already. Sorry. I'm repeating myself, which means it really is time for me to say goodbye. So I hope that your days will be filled with all the things you love. Good growing. I'll see you next time.